So, here's a screen we haven't seen in a while. Hello and welcome back to the left side of reality. This is your host as always, Snow the First. Last time we were in Lobotomy Corporation, we were stuck in a loop of being unable to grab a good lineup of abnormalities, and off screen I finagled some things. First of all, Queen Bee is back. We know her, we tolerate her, but for the first time in a while we have here a question mark abnormality. And that is what today's focus is going to be. Oh, I completely forgot to change the video title. Whoops. Silly me. Hang on, I gotta go do that. What a good start. What a good way to return to this. As soon as I figure out how to change the title. Hang on. I might put up the intermission screen for a little bit while I work this out. Where's the intermission screen? There we are. What an auspicious return. So, it has been a long while since we've been back to this game, like I was saying. Because the new chapter of Nina Aquila came out, and I decided to grab that as soon as I was able. And I had a very fun time with that game, and it made for a nice change of pace. But we're back. And now that I'm refreshed and in a better mind state, hopefully it'll make this playthrough better as well. Okay. There we are, that's better. You gotta pull the main screen back up. Anyways, back to what I was saying. We also managed to accomplish this, getting a rare ego gift exactly where it needed to be. So, let's begin. Our new abnormality is woman in a jar, or egg, or whatever you want to call it. And because we want to avoid it in the future, what we're deliberately going to do is screw it up. So let's pick something random here, like, I don't know, attachment, and have Amelia do it, since she's the one most likely to survive. Oh god. For a moment I was wondering if Amelia was going to be too good. Oof. Even with such a high resistance, it still hurt like dickens. Oh, it immediately broke out. Where are you? Did you teleport somewhere? Oh, there you are. So, the particular gimmick with this abnormality is that trying to attack it from the front should not be recommended by any means. A bit like Punishing Bird, anything that's in front of this abnormality is almost most certainly dead. So you attack it from the back. Since this might end up being a reset anyways, let's grab our crew here and try and attack. Except for the part where I don't remember how to do it, because it's been a while. Of course, the other thing that you gotta keep in mind with something like this is that, okay, flat damage is what it's primarily weak to, good to know. While this abnormality moves very slow, they also they will kill any clerk that gets in the way. Just straight up. It's over here now. You know what? If anything's gonna kill it, it's going to be, just walk right in. It's gonna be Tatiana. Because Tatiana has one of the most powerful weapons we have as of yet. Yeah, like, look at that. Look how much faster that's going down. Oh, and the rest of the crew came up here too. Oh my god, that actually worked. Tatiana accidentally became one of the best DPS people we have in this agency. Just because of the specific combo of, what was it again? Green Stem Weapon and Green Stem Ego Gift. That's going to be a reset solely because of the dead clerks. I don't want too many dead clerks starting now, but at least we know for a fact it can be done. I suppose the other thing you gotta be careful of is that in the middle of, a suppression, you need to, be careful that the pathing for the abnormalities doesn't take it to the front. let's actually figure out what we need to be doing here. Okay, the thing we actually need to do is instinct. This is a very high level instinct trainer. So first of all, we're going to use Amelia because she honestly could use a little more instinct training to push her above 100 for one. Or you know what? No, we're actually going to use London first. Or would London be too dangerous? Temperament's 4, 55 health. Green Stem doesn't have the best red resistance. Might be better to throw London and Queen Bee instead. Yeah, Amelia's best. I would say London can start getting her training once we get observation level in just a little. So let's see how many boxes we get at the end of it all. Yay. We have the third magical girl. We somehow managed to get them all, and all three birds too. I mean, admittedly, for magical girl, it took us some all the magical girls, it took some resetting, but still. Okay, 30 for managerial guidelines. I guess the other question is, how exactly are we going to be spending the day? Because we still have a lot of agents to train and only so much time. Something that I wanted to do is show you the stats of everyone and go from there, but unfortunately, kind of... Okay, 3 fortitude and 3 temperaments. I want to improve that. With life for a daredevil, it might be worth it to give you to an instinct trainer. 5 in everything except justice and fortitude. 5 in everything except justice. You need fortitude too. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send you down to Queen Bee. I'm going to have you train on Queen Bee. Because I think Jose's fortitude is technically 4. Or... No, let's... No, that's 4. This is the problem. So many things to do that I can't decide. What about you? 4 temperaments, 3 fortitude, 3 prudence. Is it safe to send you to Snow Queen? Might be worth looking into. 3 3 3 5 4 4 3. Can I might do the same thing with you I did last time. What's instant training on you like? Very bad idea. This was the entire problem. We don't have much in the way of good instinct trainers. Misona? Oh, there you are. Information has the most very in the road. Or I forgot that was a thing you could do. This group has the most for in everything except justice, which is 2. Okay, you have super high. You need to be trained in fortitude first. Then we can worry about your prudence. Okay. You will train in temperaments. Train with Knight of Despair down here. So first, I'm actually going to have Tatiana train just to get the buff out of the way. Sona? I saw you walking around. There you. I still want to see if I can't get that ego gift from Misona, since I got the other one for Gabriella. But yes, the other plan. Le Sihung, or however you pronounce it, can start grinding here. Yay, energy is starting to pour in. Kusei, your job today is going to be non-stop punishing Bird. Joy, you're okay as you. The alien can do repression? Huh. Kusei's health being super low doesn't actually matter because he has a super high suit resistance state in the bottom. This entire crew here, the entire information crew just has like the most tragic justice, except for Lamorcus. Hmm. You know what? I think I might look into improving your attachment slightly by using one of these guys over here. It's not going to be much, but it's going to be better than nothing. If I can push you to 4, I would feel safer about throwing you to other areas. Oh, speaking of which, Parker here is going to be our butterfly person for the day. I might throw Amelia another round at, I'm gonna throw another round of, Magical Girl, because we need to get her boxes fast. Oh, and we're already at the first meltdown. That passed by very fast. What was going on in Central Command? 4442, 3344, 4552. So mainly Delaney needs more fortitude and more prudence. There really isn't anything. Well, I suppose I could send her to Yin. And what about down here? Three, three, four, three, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. Three, 3, 4, 4. 3, 4, 3, 2. I might attachment train you with Magical Girl. 3. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to send you to Fortitude Train on Bird to push us over the edge. Or no, I'm gonna do that with Kusei since he needs it more at the moment. There are so many agents to train and only so much time. Oh, and before you were wondering, I did use the mirror method on all the newbies, which is why you see some of their stats are wonky. Little Prince and Old Faith. Ooh. Gonna send Galena for that. Who to send to Little Prince? I guess Gabriella for lack of anyone else to send. It would suck if Galena lost her Frost Splinter, but the reason I'm doing it like that is because it is easier to replace since we are constantly using Snow Queen, as opposed to the gun, as opposed to the face gun that, well, she got lucky anyways. But as opposed to the Shylock gun where we aren't using that Abno as much anymore. it's still early enough in the day that a reset wouldn't be too bad. So I'm gonna see what happens if I send London to work on the new magical girl, and then I'll send Amelia for a second round. Oh, and I also gotta kill some clerks after. I'm gonna do that in a second. Come on. London's doing well because of her high attachment. Still makes me worry a smidge. I wonder how much of a difference the level, the observation level made. This is pretty good. Okay, Emilia go. The thing that worries me a little bit is that a normal can cause a breach. I trust in Amelia and her ability to handle it, but this is Lobcore. It can always go just that little bit wrong. Okay, Amelia, how are you gonna do at this? Fortitude was the last level she didn't have at the 100 range anyway, so I guess it worked out in that sense. Still makes me a smidge nervous. Truth be told, I have no idea how long this stream is gonna go, because it relies entirely on how much we want to get done. I want to be as prepared as possible before we move on to Apocalypse Bird, but can it be done? Okay, what was I gonna do with you? I was gonna send you to Yin to start grinding out some prudence. So I suppose I should do what I usually do when it comes to just grinding things out and talk about Limbus Company. If you want to know just how much time has passed since I last streamed this, the last thing to happen in Limbus was Canto 8. Or, I forgot how much of Canto 8 I was talking about before I stepped back in. Snow Queen? Why do you want to see Snow Queen? Oh, Basil. 4552. I'm gonna start attachment grinding you. I think so. Yeah, five prudence, 5 temperaments. I think the 4 fortitude is because of the red weakness of the coat. How are you doing over here? Like crank it above 100? Ooh, that's something. That's an idea. I did also have Amelia go through repression training, incidentally, which is why she only needs fortitude left to go to 100. Woo. Okay, not bad, not bad. For lack of anything better to put you guys towards, you guys are going to be, you two are going to be Snow Queen grinding, for lack of any word better, because Spore has that black weakness. So that's Finn and Tiffany. Or you know what? I could also do some temperaments grinding with you. You know what? That's an idea too. And in fact, I think that's what I was actually doing. I think I was having Tiffany do Snow Queen and Finn do Knight of Despair, and that's why their stats are the way they are. In that case, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna have you do Knight of Despair, and the other one do Snow Queen. This is Lobcore. The chances of RNG saying screw you are never 0. It's interesting to go back and see what I was doing before and think about the logic I was taking. It's like, why are... Oh, Punishing Bird is out. Anyway, Summer can attachment grind. Summer and Georgia can attachment grind because they have the armor for it. And in the future, if it goes well, I think I could also have Basil do Justice Training on Blue Star. That would be hysterical. Okay, since Summer has lamp, you take the second grinding session. What other trio of abnormalities have I almost finished getting? Because I've gotten the magical girls and I've gotten the birds. Who do I have left? Or do I have any other, like, quote-unquote trios? Basil ain't doing too bad for a first time. I say that and then he starts losing. Oh, yeah, and we don't want Woodsman for any reason at all. Like, that's just a no, not even as a joke kind of thing. No. Wolf would have been Wolf would have been equally good here, if not an Aleph. Anyone else that could use some training? Melendez could also use some. You know what? I could have Yin Yang. I could have you do Snow Queen too. In fact, I don't know why I'm not already doing that. I may need to switch around some armor to then make other training easier, but for the time being, what we got. Or, you know what's the other thing I could talk about while we're doing this? Deltarune. Because Deltarune has released new content recently, like for the first time in forever. And it continues to be very good stuff, but it also raises a question of what's a good balance of gameplay and story difficulty? We've actually had similar conversations before when it comes to when it comes to Limbus Company, we've talked about difficulty versus story. Because there was a conversation that was brought up a lot in regards to two bosses that showed up in Kanto 8. Jiaku and Lei Hang. These are bosses that in universe are supposed to be nigh unsurpassable threats for the agents to take on. And the way this is reflected in gameplay is them being obscenely difficult for the player to beat. But it then raised the question of if it's right for the gameplay to be so overtuned with the difficulty I'm gonna have him move to the hall so he takes on all three at once. Or, hang on just a second. It would have been nice to get Melting Love, but that's not how it worked out now, did it? Jose can probably also take care of these guys lickety-split just by himself. Up here might be a bit trickier. Emilia and London, you two make your way up here. Or no. Emilia, you go over... Emilia, you go up here because you can take care of yourself. London, you take care of this one over here. And Misona could probably take care of those by herself, but just in case, Melendez has backup support. Yeah, Melendez. Where is Melendez? Oh no, had she not come back from her... Oh god, they teleported all the way the hell up here. A whole swarm of them came here. That's not great. Okay, anyone else having any trouble? Doesn't seem like it. In fact, the top floor seems clean. Okay, they took care of it once they took care of it once they arrived. That's good. I can't tell if any clerks died from that. Just at a glance, the answer seems to be no. Oh my god, it's already been an hour. Or close to an hour. Okay. London, you go back. Emilia, you stay here. Oh, at least one agent died from the slugs. I really don't have to be this specific about it, but I want to be. You know, just in case. And then the last place they were in was disciplinary. They don't seem to have killed any... There we are. I guess for the time being, just doing what we've been doing. Okay, London's proven she can handle it, so fingers crossed she can handle it more. The high attachment, you know what? I don't know why I didn't think about that. If when London survives this, I will do that. Cool. The welfare captain is the first, the original, except no... There is no welfare captain, because welfare hasn't been open long enough. That's why there's none. Okay, that's level 3 grabbed. Just need an... Oh, I can grab 4 right now. Cool. Gold Rush. We've already maxed out her observation. Amazing. What do we have here? 60, 100. So 160. Well, get on it. Get on it, Amelia. That's... Look how serenely the King of Greed floats in their bubble. Oh right, that was kind of revealed without any fanfare. Their name is King Greed. Frickin' Infinity Gauntlet ass weapon. I suppose the other thing to consider about Gold Rush is that the range is very short. So gotta be careful about that. Oh hey! Corinne's got the alien gift. Woo. I still wish there was a better instinct trainer up here. I guess I can focus on his instinct another day. now I remembered my previous thought. So, I've already forgotten what I was doing. I was doing Snow King with you. So, Jia Q and Lei Heng are like absurdly difficult, almost unreasonably so, and it makes players wonder why they overtune the difficulty so much. And the answer to that is because the idea is that in story, these two opponents are supposed to be so much stronger than the Sinners. For Lei Heng specifically, he's even cited as being just below First Kindred Don Quixote in power, but is giving the Sinners a harder time because Lei Heng's actually trying to kill everyone. And it raises the question of if gameplay fun should be sacrificed on the altar of story. But everyone might remember I brought up Deltarune. So what's that about? Again, I suppose that depends on your definition of quote unquote unreasonable. Because Lei Heng, at least, has some passives specifically to mitigate the difficulty. But the problem there is that the information of those passives is kind of tucked away somewhere kind of silly. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Why did I bring up Deltarune if I was then just gonna go to talk about Limbus Company? It's because something similar happened in Deltarune reasonably. Now, Deltarune, being a Toby Fox game, has a lot of different things you can do that go one way or another. Or, how do I want to put this? Deltarune lets the player do whatever they want and then suffer the consequences of it. For better or worse. You can spare all the enemies, or you could alternatively kill everyone, and the game will just let you deal with it. In that same vein, the Deltarune has something in particular called the Shadow Crystals quest, where in every chapter there's an optional bonus boss that you can take on, and the bonus bosses will often be harder than anything else in that particular chapter. But, should you decide to stick it out, your reward for beating these battles will be either an armor or a weapon, depending on whether you fought or did pacifist on the super boss, and a shadow crystal. And the first two shadow crystal bosses did feel were very difficult, but they felt like the kind of encounters that you could master if only given enough time. The Shadow Crystal boss for Chapter 3 bucks this trend rather violently. Because for one, the process of even unlocking the Shadow Crystal encounter is significantly tuned up is significantly more complicated. Like, in order to even Okay, no, that's not right. Okay, to not spread misinformation, forget everything I just said. I'm going to frame it a different way. So, the thing about the Chapter 3 Shadow Crystal fight is that it's actually presented initially as a hopeless boss fight. A boss fight that is obscenely difficult and it takes out your party in very little time. And once you lose to that fight, the plot moves on. And a player might think, well, it's just a forced loss scenario. But the thing is, if you manage to win against this bonus boss, you get the Chapter 3 Shadow Crystal. You're just given no indication that that's what's going on here. Now, what does that have to do with what I was saying before? Yeah, the Chapter 3 Shadow Crystal boss is optional just like the rest of them. The game just doesn't tell you they're the Shadow Crystal boss. Right? You have to work that out on your own or look it up. But okay. Hidden within Chapter 3 is an item. No, not an item. Hidden within Chapter 3 is a piece of armor that basically takes the damage that the super boss is doing and cranks it down from unfair to manageable. But the quest to get that specific item is the issue. It is insanely convoluted. Now, because insane people exist in the world, there are people that have managed to beat the Chapter 3 crystal boss, a Shadow Crystal boss, without needing the item. But for most casual players, it almost feels like a requirement. And even with that special item, the Chapter 3 Shadow Crystal boss is the ultimate test of reflexes, because even one mistake is punished very severely. And the thing is, the narrative presents losing to this boss as something that is very likely to happen. Amelia? Yeah. Yes, she has Spore. Although, I think Gabriella also has Spore. Yeah, she has Spore. I know what you're thinking, and I don't think they actually overlap. They don't overlap. I thought lamp would have been enough. Okay. Happy Teddy Bear, Scorched Girl, Yin, Old Faith and Promise again, Burrowing Heaven. Yeesh. Is that all 6 of them, or are there more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not 6 yet. Okay, next is 6. Okay, this time you can give up your gun. You all have to do last. I may as well have Delaney train on this more, since that's what I'm doing with her anyways. Happy Teddy Bear can be Galena. And Scorched Girl, just by pure process of elimination, is Pansy. Because I don't want to risk a timer running out. Although, speaking of timers, who was I thinking about training Repression with? That's relatively close by. Joy could work. Yeah, Joy. Anyway, now to look at this screen. So, I am currently not skilled enough yet to beat the Chapter 3 Super Boss, so I gave up and I continued with my playthrough. And when talking to the quest giver for the Super Bosses and being told that I lost, they're basically like, yeah, that's more or less what I expected to happen, so it goes. Like, the game has already given up ahead of time on getting past that specific boss. And likewise, the quest giver is suitably impressed if you do manage to beat it. So it's like Lei Hang in that this is an example of a story saying this is an enemy that is very insanely difficult to beat. People are expecting you to lose. Okay, first of all, three clerks. I'm gonna run out of healing clerks at this rate. Okay, before I forget, what was the last thing I was doing? I was in Central Command. Alright, cool. Okay, just keep doing what we've been doing. London, train. You've been doing well so far, keep it up. Parker, I guess you do this. She does have our part of aspiration. I remember. Punishing Bird is out. Now, for an optional super boss like this, on one hand, not winning is not the end of the world. But on the other hand, being told by the game that I was expected to lose makes me want to try it again just out of spite. And it's just kind of like, which would be better? To just not bang my head against a brick wall for no reason, or to try again and try to get the skill necessary at the expense of ending up not having fun. We're gonna get enough energy lickety split. The real question is how much longer we're gonna go. Like, how much training are we gonna finish, period. Okay, Galena, Basil, Galena. These two haven't trained in a hot minute, I don't think. So it's, your attachment, and the other one is insight. I suppose the other thing is that I've been replaying Pokemon Scarlet and Scarlet recently, and I had forgotten just how addicting it is. Like, everyone memed on the game when it came out for how for its quality, but the thing is, if you're a fan of Pokemon games, then once you start playing the game, you get lost in it. Like, it is genuinely a lot of fun. And you hear the argument of Pokemon fans deserve better. They deserve games that are properly optimized and all that. And I don't disagree, but I will say that the core gameplay of Pokemon remains as solid as always. And I suppose one of the biggest advantages that Pokemon has is, well, the titular creatures. Because, Pokemon, in every game, there's like several hundred Pokemon to choose from. Which means that it doesn't matter what kind of player you are, you're going to find something you like somewhere in there. I already did a run of Pokemon Scarlet before, and so for this other run, I've been kind of challenging myself with using Pokemon I otherwise wouldn't use. And I've been pretty enjoying myself. I don't want to talk too much about the story, though, because there actually is quite a bit of story to spoil. What else have I been up to recently? Oh, let's not call the rabbit team. We don't need to do that yet. Not a fan of that, but what? As long as it goes well. And loop back around. I've more or less created a loop at this point of what I want to do. Every so often on Reddit, you see people come up with like their own take on what an identity could be. And what I see for, and something I saw for Queen of Hatred was basically like a unit that ping-pongs from positive coin to negative coin. which seems like an interesting concept, but I don't know how putting it into gameplay would be like. And something kind of funny is that a lot of the IDs in the recent season have been controversial because of they seem a bit overtuned. But also as a result of this, an ID that came out recently was hey Ashley, you got the tier. Good for you. Tiny bit more SP. What was I doing with Joy? I forget. Was I doing anything with Joy? Okay. They recently released Gubo Yasang, and Gubo Yasang is being kind of like a good identity instead of being super OP, means that everyone's kind of forgetting about him. Feels a bit sad. If I do work on Night of Despair, her overload will still get purged, right? Because of the meltdown taking over. I need to know. Or you know what? If I'm that worried, yeah. Ashley keeps doing what she's doing. You know, there's something kind of appropriate about how the ego gift Crimson Noon is coming up. Queen Bee. London can do that since she's been Fortitude training anyways. Yin can be Delaney again. Blue Star. Do I send Basil or do I take no risk and send Amelia? Queen of Hatred is... Melting Down, which I'm okay with. Yang's Melting Down. More Fortitude grinding, or attachment. Let's see Han can come pick this up for a second. And Judgment Bird, which I want her to work on anyways. Is that all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that's all of them. Whoa, Pansy, how are you already here? Oh, right. I Forgot about that detail. Delaney? Delaney. There you are. Or no, wait. Well, there she is. Jeez, I didn't know it was cut that close. Should work on her justice next. No, her justice is already at 4. I guess it's just an absurdly long walk. Okay, we have gotten enough energy, but do we have enough training? Is the question. This is what is gonna make this stream last longer than it would, because we aren't in the habit of just dropping a day as soon as it ends anymore, or as soon as we get energy anymore. We need to get everything possible out of it. Like, for example, it would be nice to get this before the end of the day. As the Crimson Noon approaches, we need to start parking people in corridors too. Like once we're 1 or 2 away. London is gonna have 5 fortitude by the time today ends. Then she'll just need to wrap up her temperaments and prudence. She's really grown a lot as an agent since this started. Okay, you keep doing what you've been doing. I really like how Solomon looks. Punishing Bird is out. Ooh, big whoop. You know, I think we only need 1 more cycle after this. Because it's 160 that we need. Yeah. And this is going to give us 120. Or at least close to it. 125. Nice. Then yeah, just 1 more cycle after this. Okay, back to what I was doing before. Basil, you keep doing what you've been doing. You've been doing fairly well at it. Delaney, you do what you just did again. You've also been good at it. And once Delaney is done with her, since we've seen it can be done, once Delaney is done with her training there, I might send her to Queen Bee or... many things we could be doing. Punishing Bird is harassing Galena because she's the only one here. Poor Galena. eres fuego de amor. Haven't sung that in a while. I feel like my best accomplishment that I've come up with personally is when I was racking my brains over how to handle the kill the different Vogs mission. No, not different Vogs. Just kill 5 Vogs. Yeah, the Vog suppression. And I'm like, all of these are problematic for their own reasons. What do I do? And then I came up with a strategy to suppress these 2 with relatively little effort. Like, the epiphany just struck me out of nowhere on how to handle that. And I feel like it's perhaps one of my better accomplishments in this playthrough. But then I suppose that's the big fun of a game like this. Coming up with strategies that no one else would have. Because there are so many different ways to handle abnormalities. While we're waiting on training to happen, how many captains do we have? We have Jose, Control Team Captain. We have Musona, Safety Team Captain. We have Lamarcus, Information Team Captain. We have Tatiana, Training... No, not Training Team Captain. I guess that must be from the recent core suppression that it happened like that. Okay, so Training doesn't have a captain yet because of core suppression nonsense. These 2 do because I specifically did it like that. Welfare doesn't have one yet. Pansy is captain of Area 1. And I think Lisihung is Area 2? No, not yet. Wait, if you're not the captain, who is? Or no, wait, it all counts as one team. Dang, Disciplinary doesn't have a captain yet. Yeah, she is, but I thought there'd be 2 captains for the 2 areas. I guess I was wrong about that. Why is this game so silly? Why is it like this? I suppose since Pride Month is only a day or 2 out, Pride Month literally ended yesterday. But something else I can talk about is how queer-friendly Toby Fox games are, because they are very, very queer-friendly. They have been since Undertale. And it's kind of amazing that the acronym everyone thinks about is LGBT. All of those are in a Toby Fox game in some way, somewhere. And Deltarune is no different in that regard. And I admire how Toby Fox has done it. about how all the LGBT characters are just people in the world, same as everyone else. It's almost clown time. It might be a good idea to start putting people in hallways now. But who goes where? Okay, Misona's there. She can take care of a clown by herself. Gabriella can go up here in case one of them ends up here. You three can take this hallway. Pansy can take that hallway. Emilia is fine where she is. You two might be fine where you are. These two hallways are the main one we need to cover for this area. Or maybe just this one over here. No, it might be good to put someone in both, just in case. You might be fine on your own, so occupy this hallway over here. The Sihun. Go over here. I guess the big question is where the Noon's gonna ultimately spawn. Chloe, you have the best armor, so you take this corridor. The clowns... Do the clowns do red damage when they explode? I forget. Yep. That's gonna be the biggest risk, where the main clown's gonna end up. Okay, Central Command has a lot of red resistance, so you can all cover basically your own corridors. Tatiana can handle whatever clowns by himself, so you take the upper area. Lamarcus, you take this lower area over here. Well, let the games begin, I guess. Where's main clown gonna end up? That's the... God damn it. Or, you know what? That works. I didn't even intend to do that. We take those. now I'm getting more silent because it's gonna be time to wait for the other shoe to drop. Okay, just one more. We are just a little bit away from clown time. I'm just gonna send a random information team employee to kick off the festives. Main clown is up here. Mary is grabbing it, but who else should I say? I think maybe Jose. Yeah, Jose is best. Oh, where are you going? Okay, you know what? I'm very okay with you heading in that direction. Jose? Where are you, Jose? Oh, you are in there. That's why time is dying so fast. Well, there goes 2 clerks. Okay. A lot of clowns are being intercepted so far. I think we may be good. Oh my god, that was very painful. That was very painful. In that case, since I don't plan to go much further into this day anyways, Usona do one more round of Punishing Bird, or Judgment Bird rather, and then go back to safety. I am not going to finish this meltdown cycle. I'm going to do one more round of training for everyone, and then I'm going to end. I'm getting better at this game. Bit by bit, I'm getting better. Judgment Bird very much does not feel like giving up his gift for whatever reason, but I'm okay with that. Okay, last round of training for up here. I'm curious what's going to be the end result of everything I've done today once I hit the end day button. Nice. Just a little more. Okay, Emilia's guaranteed to get it no matter what, which is good. Nice. Again. Okay, we can grab the stuff for King of Greed. I don't know who it's gonna go to, but we have it. Okay, what else was I in the middle of doing? Oh, that's what I was doing. Okay, we're gonna go right up to one before, and then we're gonna stop. Squeeze as much out of the day as is possible. Time for our feature presentation. Feature. No one's gonna know where that's from. Or maybe they will. Honestly, the agent that worries me the most right now is Crusade, because of how much their stats got scrambled. Everyone else, I think, is fine-ish. Okay, Basil, you do one last... No, I think Basil might be fine where it is. No. This is what I was thinking of over here. The lane. His stats got hit the worst. Ended up with 2 Fortitude and 2 Prudence. Well, I've only focused him on... Queen hasn't gotten any kisses all day. Or did you? Finn certainly doesn't seem to have it. Oh, safety. So that would be Chloe then, yeah. Then Finn should be fine. What you do in Punishing Bird? I can't believe how fast that clown moon went. That was kind of hilarious. I got myself some bags of popcorn earlier. Maybe after this stream I'll give myself one as a treat. Alright, let's bounce. Okay, let's see what we've got. Pansy got... Okay, Basil needs more fortitude. That, I knew that already. Galena needs more temperaments. I knew that already. Amelia maxed out her fortitude. Tatiana maxed out their temperaments. I forgot that was a thing you even needed to do. If anything, it's your fortitude that you need to work on a little bit. Oh my god, Pusey went from 2 to 4. Amazing. Melendez needs more work. Georgia got 4 temperaments. 4 fortitude. Almost broke out of 2 temperaments. Maxed out. Like, completely maxed out. Amazing. 4 temperaments. 5 prudence now. 5 prudence. 4 temperaments. 4 prudence. 4 temperaments and 3 justice. Or 4 justice. Alright, cool. I would say that was a productive day. No. No. Skin prophecy I'll take. Have I read this cutscene before? Or have I jumped back before this point? I actually don't remember. Ease up your tension and just close your eyes. Yes, just like that. Make yourself as comfortable as possible so that your mind finds itself comfortable too. It tickles, no? But just wait. Now, fade away without a trace. Feel the water and air during the different seasons. Inside a different dream and a different body, forgetting and remembering everything. You've already become something. I don't know what it is. but I've already left for somewhere long ago. Please don't look for me, I will no longer be able to teach you. But Mr. A, please, I want to be part of the Cogito experiment. I'm all ready, I can prove it. The particles scattered across the floor are sparkling in light. Kill me. Please, kill me, A. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just as you commanded, I have written up the job application form for our corporation. The reception is good. Everyone thinks it's a new employment method that does not concentrate on just one's abilities. The number of applicants is projected to meet the initial calculation. The experiments are almost complete. We will soon hire people according to the order of priority you've stated. I've also arranged a meeting with Time Track. Are you thinking about those who have left you? I guess before we sign off, it might be worth it to see, should I do one more day of training, or should I take the Lob Core points I have and fill out the people that are still a bit lacking, and just have tomorrow be Apocalypse Bird? Because both those methods have their advantages and their disadvantages. I feel like the bones are here for something amazing. I just need to put it into motion. I guess the other thing is who gets, you know what? I'll give you, I might give you, let's say, I might give you the new armor and weapon. Well, maybe not the new weapon, but at least the new armor. Yeah, it's... well, that's just it. I'm saying whether it would be worth it to, are we doing Punishing Bird, Apocalypse Bird next time? $106, $108, Jesus. I guess over the next week, I can decide how I want to handle things, but for now, I think we're good to end. This is our new tool, and that is the note we're ending on. So, I'm glad to be back on this game, and I'm glad to be making actual progress on this game. Hopefully that progress continues. I will see you all here next week.